Aloha! So I'm just making some granola, and I made some before. I made some last week and it was really nice. I left it in the oven for too long, but this time I'm not going to make that same mistake. So I am going to have some oats, so some just rolled oats, pop them in. I'm just free pouring because it doesn't really matter. I portion out a little bit and have it with my protein yogurt usually, so it's not too, it doesn't really matter. I just have like a tablespoon or so with it. A little bit of coconut, not too much. I think I put too much coconut in last time, but just as much as you like, basically. I like coconut, but I put it in last time like it was the last coconut on earth, so I'm not doing that again. And then some sunflower seeds. So I just put in what I like and what I can tolerate. So usually granola is made with some kind of nut in there, but I'm allergic to nuts, so I wouldn't obviously put those in. But you can put various seeds in. Obviously you can put nuts, you can put different fruits and things like that. I'm going to put a bit of chia seeds in there. And it's just nice. The texture is what I really like about the granola, to be fair. We'll put a bit more oats in there. And then I'm going to put some cranberries in there as well. Some cranberries, and then I'm going to mix it up with some honey. I might as well do this actually so you can see what I'm doing. It'd be nice if you could see all of me. I need to go back a little bit, I think, and the bowl. There we go. So I need to cut this open. My scissors. Yeah, so I'm just going to put some cranberries in there. Ah! That's so annoying. So I'll put the cranberries in. It's fine, they're all here, it's all clean. Just pop them in. And then I'm going to mix it up with some honey, and then I will pop it in the oven. Not for as long last time because it was very toasty. It was nice, but it was very, very toasty last time. So I don't want to make that same mistake again. It was still good. So I think this time, obviously, it's going to be even better because I kind of know how I like it, or how I know how I like to make it. I'm going to put a bit of honey in for that extra sweetness. I'll put in, I think I put a little bit too much honey in last time too. I think a tablespoon and a half should be okay. So I'm going to mix that up, she says. Actually, maybe it's not enough. It's a lot more oats than anything else. So I might have to put a little bit more of the seeds in there, and a little bit more cranberries, I think. So you can kind of see the mixture. You can see, yeah. I think I'm going to put a little bit more honey in, and a little bit more everything. So I made like a big tub last week, and it lasted for so long. It was really nice. It smells really good, actually. I don't think it needs any more honey. I don't think it needs any more honey. It probably could use a little bit more chia and a little bit more coconut. And you know, when sometimes I do stuff until it looks like the way that I want it to look. A little bit of sunflower seeds, a little bit more. Yeah, last time it was a bit too sweet, but obviously where I'll put some more cranberries actually. Oh shit, I'll put the whole packet in now. Yeah, where I had last time I had cooked it for so long. It was just a little bit too toasty for what I wanted. Like, if I could have perfected it, that would have been the thing. So I think that's enough. And I can obviously always make some more. And then I'm just going to line the tray with some foil so that I can break it apart. Like this. And I've just preheated the oven as well. Like, I might just line it a little bit with some oil just so that it doesn't get stuck. In that, I'm just using olive oil. And then just gonna line the foil with it, just rub it out a bit, just so it doesn't get stuck. And then, you know, that's like the most annoying thing. I'm gonna do that. fold it all around, and then I'm just going to spoon it in to here. So if you can see that actually, let me bring you closer so you can see. Excuse the washing in the background. No one needs to see my washing, but yeah. So just putting it all in there. I think that's the perfect amount of cranberries actually, because yeah, I just think that's the perfect amount. Just trying to get it all out, because you know, like when you go to wash it now and it's like, ugh. I think that was the perfect amount of honey. I'm smelling it now. You know, sometimes you smell it and like, oh god, that's really sweet. But what happens in the oven is it kind of dries it out, and it's actually fine. Like last time I was worried about it, but it actually dries it out and it's fine. Let's get these last remnants off, and then I'm just gonna pop it in the oven, and I think probably only for about 15 to 20 minutes now, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it and keep checking it. So just spreading it out around here, and then I'll show you when it comes out. And then I just put it into like a big tub, put it into like a nice big tub, and then I just have a little bit with my protein yogurt, because you can have Greek yogurt as well. I just really like the protein yogurt, I'm not gonna lie. But they get kind of a bit of a bad rap at the moment just because of the sweetness and stuff in it. And I think, do you know what? I think everyone's individual. Like, you have to figure out what works for yourself and what you like. I think if you're having something to excess, like if you're getting all of your protein from there, and like you're not really getting much protein from food, and you've got like protein yogurt, protein bar, this, that, it's too much. It should be a supplement. That's what it's made for. And I really like the taste of them. Like, you can get loads of different flavours. Like, I like the ones from Aldi. But I haven't been to Aldi for a few weeks, so I've been getting these ones. There's one open because I didn't have enough granola for it. But yeah, I'm just getting the Arla ones. The Arla ones are a bit more yogurty, whereas the these Lindahl's ones, they're a bit more stodge. And then the ones that I like from Aldi, they're a bit more stodge as well. Whereas so you can get different ones, and obviously you can get like just normal Greek yogurt as well. Like, this is Greek style yogurt because that's the only thing that they had in Sainsbury's. But you know, like a big thing like this of Greek yogurt. Yeah, like you can do that. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna pop that in the oven for 15-20 minutes, and then I'll show you when it comes out, and then I'll just scrape it all out, pop it into a box, and then that's me to add to my yogurt as a little snack. So it actually cooks so much quicker than you think. I don't know if I want to put it back in actually. It just needed a bit of a stir, but I'm not sure that I want to put it back in. I'll show you what it looks like now. And this is like perfect for me. Like, I don't want it to be like some big like bun up thing. It was looking all bun up just now. But I think I might put it in. I don't know. I don't think I want it to be in for much longer. It's gonna crisp up as it cools down anyway, but I don't know, like, it smells really good. I don't want it to get any more toasty than this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Decisions. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let me taste it. Taste test. Once it cools down, it'll be really crunchy. No, it's perfect actually. I'm not going to do it. It's my experiment now. I'm going to see. I don't know what rock song this is, but it's nothing that I chose. It's on shuffle. But yeah. Oh god. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna leave it to cool down, and I really fancied some this morning, so hopefully it will get really nice and crisped up when it cools, and then I can have it with my yogurt. Aloha! So I'm in the gym training. Excuse my sweaty face. I just realised today's my 4th day in a row training, and I was like, why am I finding this so hard? And then got through the first set just now, and then I'm like, I've been training 4 days in a row. So I'm basically front loading the week because I've got a busy weekend, and the trains were all messed up last weekend, so it meant I could only train twice. Well, I left it for the last minute and then I ended up training twice, but this week I'm like, so what I say to my clients is if they have to train 3 days in a row, in the middle session, usually try and go a little bit lighter, or just don't push for any PBs or any extra reps or anything like that, because there's more likely you could do something you haven't had a chance to recover properly. So I always advise training, leaving a space in between training days rather than trying to cram them all in, like I'm doing now because I'm knackered. And I mean, it feels good to train, but I'll get so much better if I've had a day's rest. But I know that I'm not going to be able to get in, so I'd rather just do it now. Aloha! So I'm in the gym group today, and I'm going to be doing a pool session. So I will film little bits of my session. So I usually have 4 sessions, which I've mentioned before, and I do 3 a week, so I alternate between them. So this has got deadlifts in, it's got hip thrusts in it, and yeah, so basically the back of the body, so the posterior chain. So lots of pulling and lots of glutes. To lose 10 to 20 kg this year for good, don't do any of those fad diets. Dukan, Cambridge, keto. You need to learn how to eat the things you enjoy to get and stay in shape. This might include eating out, it might include chocolate, it might include alcohol. Stop over-restricting and get the weight gone once and for all. If you want sustainable results this year, drop me a follow to learn more about what I do. Aloha! So I just finished my workout. And it was good, but I don't think I fueled myself properly. I know I didn't fuel myself properly. I think some workouts you can get away with like having a tiny bit of food. So I literally only had a banana, and I was out all day drinking yesterday. So, I mean, you know, you put in what you get out, or you get out what you put in, whatever the way around it goes. So it just wasn't the best session. I still was able to do what I needed to do, but just by the time I got to the end, so I did all the leg stuff first, where really I probably should have followed the order, but some of the stuff that I really don't like doing, I did first, like the hardest stuff. Like I did my deadlifts first, and I did my hip thrusts first as well, and my, what was the other thing? I just basically did all the legs first, and then I went to the upper body after. But by the time I got to the upper body, I didn't have any strength left, I didn't have any energy, so it was just a bit silly. But it is what it is. I finished it now. And I hit some all right numbers. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't the best session, it wasn't the worst session. And I did better on my hip thrusts and on my remaining deadlifts as well. Well, pause deadlifts. And yeah, really. So I'm just gonna have a little walk around. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was cheat meals. I wrote a post on it this week, and I just don't believe in it, to be honest, because number one, you shouldn't feel like you're cheating on your diet. Yeah, if you're working on fat loss, you're in a deficit, probably not eating all the things that you want to eat. Actually, for a fact, you're not eating all the things that you want to eat. But with my clients, I just try and make sure that they're getting as much as they can. You know, having most of the stuff that they like still. So if they drink, that they still have a bit of alcohol. If they like sweet stuff, that that's still in there. But obviously, you can't have your cake and eat it as well. But I try my best to make sure that they can do a bit of both. But in terms of cheat meals, I just think, you know, sometimes like the first thing that people ask, oh, can I have a cheat meal? Oh, you know, oh, I need a cheat meal. And it's like, you just need to be able to work in what you want into your diet. So if you like burgers, if you like cakes or whatever it is, you just need to find a way that you can have it. So whether it's not as high calorie, lower sugar, lower fat, or if it's, you know, something that you make yourself rather than having it out, or like going to the place that you like to eat at and having something different from the menu. There's loads of different things that you can do, but obviously if you are trying to lose fat, you need to be eating less calories and that's it. But in terms of cheat meals, it kind of promotes that all or nothing mentality that so many people who struggle with weight have. It's like, it's not just having one thing, it's like I have to have all of the things. Or it's like, oh, you know, I blew it yesterday and I had this, that, and that. And it's like, well, if you just have a little bit of what you want, then there's no need to go completely overboard and have too much of what you want. You know, so I think that the cheat meal philosophy, I don't really think it's healthy. And you know, people that do struggle with their weight usually have that mentality, oh, when can I cheat? And it's like, well, actually, you can just have what you want to have, but we just need to figure out a way in which you have it that is, you're going to get to your goals, and also so it's not too crazy and you can just have it and move on and then go back into having some more nutrient dense stuff, you know, whatever it is, whether it's alcohol, cakes, I don't know, whatever people like that they want to have, you know. It's just learning about how to have it, you know, sustainably forever, but not in a way that's going to be detrimental, that's going to cause you excess weight loss, weight gain, or diabetes, or some kind of health issue, you know. Just getting some steps in now. Just trying to walk as much as I can before I go home. So I'm sat around Borough Market. And it just gets so busy around here, I didn't even realise. But I saw went to a little jewellery place. Okay, here's not the place to vlog. Like, yeah, you know when you just feel like you're going to buy something for the sake of it. I was like, no, I don't need to be doing that today. I don't need to be picking up random stuff for no reason. I've also realised how important it is that people know what's coming next in terms of the phase of coaching. So it's so much easier for someone to stick to a deficit if they know that it's going to end at some point, or if they know they're doing it for a period of time. Whereas I think people get confused and they think, oh, I have to do this forever. And so in that moment, it can make you think, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to have this cake, or I'm just going to have this, whatever it is, so that, you know, I can just have it. Whereas if you know that you're doing it for a period of time, you know that it's not forever, then it's easier to adhere, especially if you've got like dates that you're working towards as well, dates, occasions, events, because it just means that you're able to think, okay, at that point I'll be able to come out of this for a little while, and at that point I'll be able to navigate this so much easier than I have before. I'm just going past the podcast studio that I filmed 3 podcasts in now, and I've got one coming on the way, but I'm thinking of finding a different venue just because of, I think, the lighting. That's the main issue, and we can't really change the setup, it's very fixed. And it would be nice to have like a more relaxed style, because, you know, it's nice to be relaxed when you're doing a podcast. But I've really enjoyed it. I had two of my clients, so one ex-client and one current client. They're both comedians and they know each other, and they've both been on Live at the Apollo, they've both done Edinburgh numerous times, and they're both very successful female comedians. And so we just had a chat about, firstly, fitness and the things that I help them with, and the things that they've achieved since they worked with me, but then also about their lives and how they navigate comedy within their social life, and
you know, how they balance fitness with their working life, and also their career trajectory as comedians as well, and as female comedians. And we found out a lot of like interesting things, just the way that women are viewed in comedy, and that there still isn't a straight road in terms of the way that society views female comedians. And I mean, you know, it kind of reflects our society as a whole. But we had some really, really good chats, like really, really insightful things that I hadn't thought about. I learned so much about the industry as well. And yeah, but I definitely feel like finding a new studio might be a bit beneficial.